Please be kind to me. Please be kind to me. If I have to eat another spoonful of mayo, I'm gonna lose my shit. Guys, I have a degree in science, biology, chemistry. Double major, no big deal. What's a science question that you guys, what's something curious you'd want to learn about science? We already talked about where babies come from. I'm sorry, that one's already been done. Explain black holes to me? Okay, black holes. Puberty? Okay, so your body's going through some changes, all right? That happens. Explain cats. What does that even mean? Just explain cats? Cats do what the f they want when the f they want it, okay? That's a cat for you. Black holes are basically, let me think here for a second. When a star is dying, there are a few different things that can happen to it. It has a few different fates, okay? So basically how a star works, like our sun is a star. It has fuel, hydrogen, helium. These things, they're burning up in the core of the sun. Eventually, the star runs out of helium and hydrogen. It runs out of fuel. There are 3 fates for stars, okay? Let's say this is path number 1, okay? We're gonna draw a nice little circle here, and we're gonna fill this in yellow. This is a star. Okay, this is path 1. Path number 1 is the star actually grows. It grows in size. Okay, and it becomes a giant. It becomes a something giant. I forget the name of it. Aiden, remind me. It becomes very big and like orange and red-ish. It becomes a red giant. And at this point, this is a very critical point in the path selection, because 2 things can happen here. Fucking microphone, just stay in place for once in your goddamn life. I appreciate it. Thank you, microphone. I love you. One thing that can happen is that there's a balancing of forces. There is gravity, which is trying to keep the star together, and then there's the pressure of like all the explosions and everything that is trying to separate the star. So there's a balancing point here. There's a balancing act. Which way it leans depends on what happens to the star. If gravity is too much, the star actually implodes. Gravity, the force of gravity is greater than the expansion, I guess. I don't know how to say that better. We'll just say exp. When that happens, you get a black hole. You get an incredibly dense object here, basically, that has all the matter of the star, but like condensed to like a very small area. So it's just insanely dense. And the force of gravity is so strong that light can't even escape it. And that's why it's black. You could literally just go watch Interstellar and this will all make sense. Or it won't. So that's fate number 2. Now, fate number 3 is the opposite, where expansion is greater than gravity. And now this is a very, very much less exciting and dramatic fate, okay? If this happens, then the star just floats away. And that leads to a red, not a red giant, a white dwarf, right? Yeah, a white dwarf. Because eventually the matter like of the star just kind of fades away, and you're left with like a small husk of a body, just like a burnt out sun. That's all it is. It's bigger than a black hole in terms of like size, and it's not nearly as dense. Now, what's the third fate, you may ask? Well, I guess I probably shouldn't put a 1 here. 2 is neutron star. What color is a neutron star? Oh, it's also white? Okay. Well, that's boring. A neutron is just a neutrally charged particle. This is going to be a little bit of a long one, but all particles disappear. They just kind of fade away. They go out into space, and then you're just left with a neutron star. That's literally all it is. Those are the big 3 ways that a star's fate. Okay? It all comes down to this sort of battle between the force of gravity and the force of expansion. I hope that maybe this makes sense to you. I mean, look, just because I have a master's degree doesn't mean I'm good at teaching.